In boys hoops, the Greater Metro Conference is wide open. But Friday night, two teams near the top of the standings trying to separate themselves from the pack. Marquette 3-0, but 6 teams are within 2 games of the Hilltoppers, including Tosa East. The Red Raiders, who won just 9 games all last season, are off to a 6-2 start.
It was a game not just to see who's a cut above, but also who can cut a rug. Bonus points to Marquette for doing the Bernie. Here's some fancy footwork in the paint. Jump stop and basket from East Drew Holly. This before Marquette gets out to an early lead. That's Ben Meinholz hitting an uncontested jumper. Then good ball all around. East Bryce Beekman pokes it away, but Gerard Swan gets it back and finds Ryan Coffey on the down low. Hilltoppers up 14-6. East head coach Tim Arndorfer doesn't want it to get away from his team. Holly again hooping the harm. 5-point deficit after 1. Second quarter, defense from the Raiders. Beekman does get the rip this time, and if Javon Green was a bit taller, maybe an alley-oop. Still, it's 16-13. Then Marquette says that is enough of that. Simon Prust to Swan and 1. More Marquette. In transition, Brian Mays, Nolan Wright. Hilltoppers up 25-14 at the break, and the student section loving it. Tosa East does not. Senior Jackson Teldor knocked out of the game with a cut to his forehead. He's the quarterback for the Raiders football team and captain of the Hoops team. They play on without their leader. Holly to Beekman for the finish, but this one was all Marquette. A 21-5 run in the third quarter. Meinholz in the lane and 1. Couple trips later, same move. He led all scorers with 11. At one point between the second and fourth quarters, Marquette goes on a 40-10 run. They run away with a 58-29 win over Tosa East to maintain sole possession of first place in the Greater Metro Conference.
We always got to push each other every day in practice, which makes us better, and then however we practice is how we play. Whitefish Bay on Tuesday, we're at Brook Central Friday, and then we got a big game at Germantown on Saturday, so we got a lot of work cut out for us throughout the rest, not just conference, but non-conference games.
Off to a slow start at the beginning of the season, the Wauwatosa West Trojans are starting to find some balance on the court. Coming in with a 4-6 record, they'll be taking on 6-4 New Berlin Eisenhower in a Woodland West matchup. Key starter Alou Dillon missed the first 3 games of the season with a dislocated kneecap, giving the Trojans an 0-3 start. But since his return, they've been picking up momentum. Buckets just weren't falling. That is until Jack Sarek started his role with this 3-pointer, putting the Lions on the board first. Dillon would answer in the paint when senior Andre Carroll finds him open. Eisenhower Sarek was just warming up. He makes his first 3 attempts as he sinks 2 more threes, and he owns the arc and the board. Tosa West is returning the baskets as Carroll takes it up on the rebound. Carroll would end up breaking Tosa West's career-high scoring school record of 1,044 set by Greg Kelvin in 1993. And with his help, the Lions and the Trojans would stay close. Tosa West led by 1 at the end of the first quarter, but would trail the rest of the game. Halftime was filled with entertainment as the dance team, cheerleaders, and even a Tosa West alumni dance team performed their routines. Coming out of the locker room, the Trojans had a tough time getting their shots to fall, allowing the Lions to capitalize by turning rebounds into points. Jordan Candidate here, who would end up with 17 on the night. Ike extending their lead 54-41 by the end of the third. Baskets were finally sinking in both hoops in the fourth, but the Trojans wouldn't be able to dig themselves out of the hole they fell into in the third. Candidate with the drive finds Sullivan Kolju open, and he sinks it. Kolju would also have 17 on the night, but game high would belong to the man with the threes, Jack Sarek, as he hits his 7th for 24 points on the night. Eisenhower takes the win 72-58.
The shooters went off. I thought we shared the ball. I thought we actually ran our best offense of the year. Tosa obviously is a very hard team to play. We're not a real physical team, but I thought we held our ground and got some rebounds and kind of did the things we need to do.